How's it going? Welcome back to another show. This is You Made Roscoe, and I am Roscoe. And today we're going to be doing a reaction to a throwback joint. This is by Tone Loc, excuse me. And this is Funky Cold Medina. God dang it, I ain't heard this song in like eons. Like a long, long time. But this is what we'll be checking out. Before we do that, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't that they please subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell. Also, make sure that you go over to Tone Loc's homepage and do the exact same thing because we do want to support the artist. And I want to give a shout out to Masterpiece. Masterpiece. And that's master as in Masta, and then peace as in peace. And I like what you're doing with that, master, instead of masterpiece. Masterpiece, I smell what you're cooking there, brother. I smell. But masterpiece, I want to say thank you for suggesting this particular song. I appreciate you rocking out with me on the page and coming along on this journey with me. And much love to you, most deaf. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started as soon as I pop this thing in my ear. Let's do that, and then let's get this started. Let's check this out.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it. Alright, nigga. Come on. Cool and at a bar. And I'm looking for some action. But like Mick Jagger said, I can't get no satisfaction. The girls are all around, but none of them wanna get with me. My threads are fresh and I'm looking deaf. Yo, what's up with LOC? The girls is all jocking at the other end of the bar, having drinks with some no-name chump when they know that I'm a star. So I got them strolled over to the other side of the cantina. I asked the guy why he's so fly. He said, Funky Cold Medina.
Well, I'm gonna stop this before Tone gets into the next verse. And so far, so good. This is like a classic joint in hip hop history. Even though when you go back to this time, because this will have to be like I think it's like 89. It's 88 or 89. I really want to say 89. But when this came out at the time, like uh, this was something that was, of course, a big smash hit, just overall. But in the hip hop community, um, it wasn't a song that was really celebrated like that amongst the purists, if you will, because at that time, like rappers crazy enough, as it was saying, like back in that days, like going pop was kind of looked down on. Like it was one of those days like you hit the mainstream. That's not good, and when you fast forward to today, where there's so many, and since this time, there's been so many rappers that have been pop stars, basically. You know, it's really surprising to think about, but also it makes me wonder, like, was it ever really a good thing for hip hop to jump into the mainstream like it has? Because even though there's been a lot of people who've had successes and all that type of stuff, I've always wondered about the oversaturation, the fact that the medium has really been taken away from us. And even at this time, like, we weren't the people who were, in control of the music because, the record labels and all that stuff. But that's a whole long story. And, one that could be saved for another time. But let's keep this going.
This brother told me a secret on how to get more chicks. Put a little Medina in your glass and the girls will come real quick. It's better than any alcohol or aphrodisiac. A couple of sips of this love potion and she'll be on your lap. So I gave some to my dog when he began to beg. And then he licked his bowl and he looked at me and did a wild thing on my leg. He used to scratch and bite me before he was much, much meaner. But now all the poodles run to my house for the funky cold Medina. You know what I'm saying? I got every dog in my neighborhood breaking down my door. I got Spuds, McKenzie, Alex, and Strohs. They want me, my dog, along with that Medina, pal.
Buzz McKenzie is a throwback name. Wow. That's how long it's been since I probably haven't watched this video since the days when Spuds McKenzie was a thing in commercials and stuff like that for I forget which beer company, I want to say Budweiser, but I could be wrong. But yeah, like wow, Spuds McKenzie. Let's keep this going.
I went up to this girl. She said, hi, my name is Sheena. I thought she'd be good to go with a little funky cold Medina. She said, I like a drink. I said, I'll go get it. And then a couple of sips, she go lick the lips, and I knew that she was with it. So I took her to my crib, and everything went well as planned. But when she got her dress, it was a big old mess. Sheena was a man, so I threw her mouth. I don't fool around with no Oscar Mayer wiener. You must be sure that your girl is pure for the funky cold Medina. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no plans with a man. This is the 80s and Loc is down with the ladies. No joke. Break it down.
Man, from what's happening in the video right now, don't look like that cold, funky cold Medina is working no more. Like it's worn off, But let's go ahead and finish this out.
Saddle, looking for a little affection. I took a shot as a contestant on the love connection. The audience voted, and you know they picked a winner. I took my date to the Hilton for Medina and some dinner. We had a few drinks, I'm thinking soon what I'll be getting. Instead she started talking about plans for our wedding. So I grabbed my coat and hit the door. I said, baby, I'll be seeing ya. That's why I found you don't fool around with the funky cold Medina. You know what I'm saying? That Medina's a monster. Funky cold Medina.
I wonder, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's the end, just MTV's thing at the end right there. Let's push it back like right there. All right. And that was Tone Loc with Funky Cold Medina. And that was definitely a throwback joint, and that was good stuff. I recognized, at the time that this was a pop joint, and I consider myself a hip hop purist, so I knew that I wasn't supposed to be rocking with this kind of stuff, but I recognized what it was, and it's a pretty dope, pop song, you know, and it was even stranger when I think about the fact that Tone Loc is was because he's like super grown, at this time, but he was a younger dude at that time, and he was a hardcore gangster. like he was a real gangster. Like he was like with the I think he was like a crip or something like that, or is a crip. I don't know how that works, but I think he's too old to be cripping at this time. But I know that at the like back in those days, when you talk about the late '80s and the early '90s, like his real persona was like, and I don't know how he presented himself on his own on that album because I never checked it out, so I don't know what type of songs he had on there. I would assume that it wasn't, since he kind of blew up with with that pop mainstream kind of feel that I felt like most of the songs would have been kind of in that realm, you know. But yeah, no, this dude was really a hardcore dude, and he had later, put out like songs with, people that was more akin to the genre that that he should have been in, or at least you think that he would have been in, with the likes of like uh, the NWAs and, Above the Law and, Ice Cube and all that stuff, But shout out to Tone Loc, by the way, much love to him. And and again, shout out to Masterpiece for, bringing this back up to the forefront because man, I ain't seen this joint in like so long. Like I totally forgot about Funky Cold Medina, and I wonder has anybody ever figured out the ingredients of like what was in Funky Cold Medina? Because that was a thing. I remember that being a thing too back in the days. Like, what's in that stuff? Like, is that a real thing? Like, is that some kind of aphrodisiac? Like some juice that's like an aphrodisiac out there that's getting people in that mode and in that mood. But I don't know if people found out or not. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna get going. I will throw a thumbs up at old Tone Loc because I do mess with Tone, you know. But yeah, no, that's it. That's all. This was a good joint. It was good to jump in the time machine and check this joint out. But I got to go. But before I do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. Um, I will actually throw this in the Thursday throwback reacts, even though today is what Tuesday, you know, because I have a, like a throwback section that's labeled for Thursdays, but any day could be Thursday. That's how I feel. So I'll end up just throwing it in the Thursday throwback reactions playlist, and that's where you'll find this and a lot of other throwback joints, in that same playlist. So that's where you'll find this. I do have playlists for other artists, a lot of great music by those artists, a lot of different genres of music. So whenever you guys get a chance to check out any of that stuff, please do that. The Cash App, $ You Made Roscoe, PayPal at You Made Roscoe. For those who like to show their support or appreciation for the work being done on the page, there's that. Any donations, you're going to make them to one of those two spots at the bottom of the screen, and that's about it. That's all I got. So I will see you guys again soon, or you'll see me the next time that you click onto a video with me in it. So until then, be safe and be good.